Hello, and thank you for watching the video. We have a 250th anniversary for the USA. So that's the theme for we have for this July update. But yeah, so it'll be a few things. I'll try to cover everything the best I can. I did check on the add-ons and like I'm playing PlayStation, and there's a new free carrier you can grab. So I have that picture coming up real quick next. You can take a look. Okay. So all Gaijins. Okay. Okay, he gets global, this Purple Eves, he gets better zeros. And Frank Fletcher gives experience. Okay, he's the one you want to put for your standard ships. The other two here, I would suggest doing with the premium. That way you get the most out of your rewards. And then we have Everest Eves. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I really am. Destroy max HP. Okay. What is a special? Destroy damage ships, super structure bow, and storm. Okay, that will be actually nice. I don't really want to give away in harm's way. Wait, he does not have the oh wait he does the directional. This is the one I usually go with, perception. So if you don't mind giving this up, you can always go with picket station. Punch up, AP shoot. Yeah, that would. Beacon, punch up. I would still stick with the perception for hunting down other destroyers. Tin can sailor. Ooh, no. Torpedo range, you don't want to lose any more of that. If you're using like a low standard torpedo destroyer, your torpedo's already at 6, if not 5, so you don't want to lose any more range. Evil sparks, destroyer, shell damage. Okay, that penetration, HE shells or destroyer. Okay, I guess this is like if you want more penetration for HE shells, but you lose more damage. I would stick with this one here. It does more bonuses. HP difference for each maximum damage bonus. Yeah, that's a safer choice. What is it saying now? Oh, when there's a new marathon. I don't care. Okay, the store itself. Nothing too new on the offers. Let's see, 2050. Okay, we have a background you can grab for 500 blooms. I do have these ship designs. These are, I'm assuming that's the same as last year or the new? I think they're the last year's design. These should be the new ones over here. Okay. That's India's camouflage, Whitefish Fury. Let's take a quick look. Okay. Ah, the destroyers. Okay, I got it. And then the build. Oh, she has no skin on right now. How does she look for now without checking the specs? I see one torpedo launcher. 2 guns in the front, 1 gun in the back. Looks like a good bit of AA guns on her. Not too many on the front though. Torpedo range, 10 kilometers, and this is a legendary. She's okay. Reload time, 1 minute 20. I mean, it's a little slow in the torpedo speed. I will say that. I think a few other ones I've seen for Japanese is like 75, 80. Let's see here. 34. That's not too bad on AP. HE. 9%. Okay. But she does have good reload. We have smoke. We have unlimited radar. Ooh. That is a big maybe. Rotating radar sweeps briefly relative positions of the nearby enemy ships. On the minimap, maximum range is 10 kilometers. Wow. Okay. And the cooldown time is, let's see, 1 minute 30? So 1.5 minutes. Still, you kick that off. You can find the destroyers right off the bat. That is like I can see a few players actually try and get that. Because that's actually quite useful for a destroyer. A limited amount of times on radar units. I kind of wish that was on a cruiser, honestly. Or we can actually upgrade radar units for that. Advanced radar. I'm assuming that's coming in more briefly. For right now, it's just on this ship here. So yeah, I guess I think the only way we can get her is via this whole lineup. So 20, if my math is correct, 35 of these Eagles. Oh, independents. 35,000 independents. Large post-war destroyer armed with 5.4-inch main battery guns. She represents a future deployment of the Universal Warship concept designed to support squadrons with rapid-fire artillery and AA defenses. Yeah, what was AA defense? I kind of skipped that because I was looking at everything else. Okay, I want to look at the multiplier for the AP. I do apologize. I'm kind of all over the place right now. Okay, fuse threshold. I'm not seeing the multiplier on here. That's something I don't think we really have preset. AA, that's what I want to see. 5 kilometers with 3 guns. Make that 5. And 5, 9 guns. That's not too bad. 9 out of 15. That's actually quite decent for a AA defense. So, even though you have 3 smoke screens, the cooldown time is, I don't know, 3 minutes, if not 2.5. But the advanced radar system is going to be the best thing. So the Burrows, okay, that's going to be something I got to keep out for on the core IDs in the next 2 weeks, unless someone just buys them all out, which I can foresee with here. Because if you buy all the sets, you should have enough to actually buy that. Yeah, right here. This is what, $250 bundle. Yeah, that's up there in price. You get all the destroyers. You get Cambridge. Cambridge is a cruiser. Yeah. No torpedoes. You only have sonar. And you have a repair kit. You know, I don't care for the repair kit. I would always rather have radar station. If I always had an option. Decent amount of damage. It's okay on reload, in my opinion. What is the arming threshold? 51. Okay, you can actually use this on even on destroyers. For the most part. Like if you're dealing with a German or anything heavily stacked. So it's like on the thin gray line of actually doing good bit of damage over the destroyer. Secondaries, I don't really count them. AA. It's all 5. Nice. That's what I like to see. 16 guns taking out airplanes. Good bit of speed. Concealment? Yeah, that needs worked on. That's where you hope you get a good paint job. All in all, her armor's actually pretty decent, if you ask me. She's almost to the point you want to just burn her down, like a battleship, but she's the ideal cruiser, if you are asking me for how she looks and how she's going to do. If she had torpedoes or the radar station, she'd be the ideal U.S. cruiser. Okay, cruiser with a 12-inch main battery guns representing the hypothetical emblem of the preliminary design of the heavy cruiser study scheme 3 of 1940, incorporated into the hull of the Oregon-class ship. By the end of World War II, U.S. Cambridge was still in the early stages of construction, making her a stable platform for experiments with weaponry typical for larger cruisers. Yeah, if I remember correctly, the few that were actually built, put down, set to sea, were later sent to the shipyards. Oh, I mean the ship dockyards that were just sitting there. Okay, but yeah, if you want both these ships and so forth, it's going to cost at least, I want to say 250, maybe even 300, just to get it. Let me double check, because that was what, 375? And let's see here. You need 2 of those, that's 300, and then you need a $20 package just to top it off, so, wow, 320. And that's not including tax. So I want to say 350 for the whole total. So I was off by $100. Ooh, that's a lot of cash right now. Okay, what do we have in the specials? Marlborough, if I'm pronouncing that one correctly. 2 quad. Oh, 4 quad. Okay. That's a tier 8. That might be fine, but it only has 8 secondary guns. And I use those a lot to take care of the destroyers. 25. Okay, these are actually pretty good. I mainly say because of reload time. Okay. I mean, threshold 59. It's okay. You're a little bit going too far out of the destroyer. 5 kilometers. That's medium. But yeah, you only got 8 guns. They won't take too long for the HE to rip them off, especially being in the center. Ooh. AA is just medium or doesn't really work. I know that's 5.2, but that's only 8 guns, and AAs are actually fast to be ripped off. Decent speed, but everything on her is quite heavily protected. If you're trying to fight her, I would stick to HE and just burn her down. If someone's trying to use her, I think that's, what was it, Fight with Fire? That one legendary where you get 3 fires, you put them out for a bit. Being the Battleship, the retained design features, apparently the Vanguard and King George ships, and the ship main armament consists of 16 356 main guns mounted in the quadruple turrets. Okay. And my grip speed. Hold on. I think I have the ship, yeah. Oh, it's the paint job. Okay, I got it now. I don't need a new paint job for the Tango. Okay. And those don't really give you any of the things. What is with the coupons? Ah, the Pacific Trader is ending. Okay. Okay, there's a new ship here, it says. I think it's just they added some of the ships they did for the monthlies. Okay. I think all we have going right now is this special limited offer. Summer Waves. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Anything in the Bureau? No. Now the campaign itself, we have about a month and 5 days. And I'm actually going to be doing this one, so let me unlock my ammo back. Indiana, tier 8, sorry. Overall, she looks great. We have HE 20 seconds reload. That's quite good. Sonar, repair, hands. What is our arming threshold? 6A. Forget about the destroyers. Just stick to the secondaries. Okay, we got at least 10 here. Any others? No, we only got 10 secondary guns. Wow. And they're actually quite... Oh, firing range. Great. Wow. 7. I could maybe get to this... I want to say 11, if not 12 kilometers. With a few... captains. Okay. AA is decent. You had 10 or 2. You have big targets, so they can drop faster. Max speed 27.5. Everything's in the 32, 33, so you're going 5 kilometers slower than everything else. Ooh, that's kind of sad. Okay, your main island is quite large, and that is the best way to actually sink her, is constantly throwing HE onto that island. Because that's what, if I'm reading correctly, between 6 to 16. So don't use AP unless you're aiming for the main hull. Let's see. Second of the four South class battleship, she combined some substantial firepower and protection with the moderate speed and a tight pad layout from the late 1942. She took part in the most major U.S. Navy operations, including those in some islands, Marsh and okay, most of the um, Pacific campaigns. July 1945, India became the first battleship to shell the Japanese home islands. She was placed in the reserves after the war and scrapped in the early 1960s. Ah, that's a shame. Actually, what was the main guns? 4.6 Mark 6. Okay. Okay. And I think that's everything I have to cover. Wow. We have the 250 flag using American ships. They can do some war tales as well. Okay. Ooh. Oh, there's those. Okay, good, good. We can substitute the new destroyers and so forth, and still get all that. Which brings me to the destroyers themselves that just came out. Did they downgrade it? Let's see. 8 kilometers. Yeah, I thought though, Manhattan's actually looked stronger than that new tier. It looks, this cannon looks more like a frigate over here. And what was the special? Wait, do they all get advanced radar systems? Oh, that's what the new passive advanced setup is. The new destroyers have advanced radar systems. Okay. I kind of wish he gave us the option to do that to the cruisers and some of the battleships that actually need them. That's kind of sad. Okay, reload range 8 kilometers. Okay, so mine tier 6, and then just barely get in there. 9 kilometers. Did I just see something I just missed? Yeah, okay, you have 2 consumables. Tier 7, you got 3. Christopher, you have unlimited. Okay, so you actually do want to get up to the Christopher one. We have unlimited amount of uses. What's the torpedo range? 10 kilometers. Okay. I'm pretty sure the Bureau is based off the Christopher because they look the same to me. Might be mistaken, but pretty much I believe that's the whole makeup. So if you don't like the Bureau and just want to go with the whole standard ship, that's one way to do it. I think if anything, you get an extra smoke screen. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's a smoke screen and something else. Okay, yeah, you get a third smoke screen. That's it. Well, that's everything, everyone. And it doesn't look like we get any coupons for this month. So, happy 4th of July. Stay safe and have a good time.